Hello everyone, I'm Linda V. Taylor. Welcome to Best of Both Worlds. Can you quilt on a quilt that's already quilted? Absolutely. I bought this one in Houston one year and it was a beautiful quilt. It's called a summer sheet and it was already quilted. And you can see the quilting on here. It was pretty nice quilting. The Dresden Plate is nicely done and you can see the pencil lines that were just never taken off. So now let's transform this quilt into something special. Let's get started. The first thing I did was to pull off all of the Patriotic patterns that I thought I might like to use, and then I could decide from there, and that really helped me so I knew what I was looking at for the different areas. I decided to do this pattern, and I added a star in the middle, and I'll show you how I did that for the actual Dresden Plate, because I wanted to, and I love these texture dots that are in here, and I wanted to keep it a little patriotic, so I added the star in the middle of that. And you can see here's the first row that I did, and the circles on the Dresden plates were not all the same size. Some of them were hardly even circles. So using this pattern with this feather center has really distracted from the fact that the circles were not perfect, not only perfect circles, or even the same sizes. So then I just moved my star over in the middle and made it bigger. If I get that right in the middle, then these will bring that over to the edges of that, like that. And then I combined this pattern so it would stitch the outside and then it would stitch the star all in one stitching. Now, when I place this inside the circle, I made sure that I came to the inside part of the Dresden Plate. Let me show you what that means on the quilt. I wanted to make sure that the design stayed within the boundaries here. So as I was going around to do the boundary, I just went to the inside, and you can hear that sound. Just went to the inside, 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 and went around my design that way, and then I was able to place the design within the Dresden Plate. The next thing I did was I had all of the white area left that's in between the Dresden plates, and you can see that here. Here's my Dresden plates, and then I have all this white area in between. So I decided to put some really fun designs in there, some very patriotic ones. This is actually a placemat design that I did, but I used it on this quilt and I'm amazed. I'm like, I should be using all of these designs. They're not just for placemats. This was awesome. So on that, when I go around the outside of the Dresden Plate, this time I went around the outside. And of course these stars I placed because there wasn't anything in there in between, so you know I could just move those and place them, make them larger, make them smaller, and make sure I got exactly the placement I wanted. And whenever you do this and you get it all set up like this, make sure you go into your sew order and tell it exactly how you want this to stitch out. And then once you do that, because I want it to just go continually across from left to right, once you do that, you hit sew order again. and then you can start your quilting. But I want to show you where I clicked on to get this border around here to make sure that it didn't go into any of my Dresden plates. Okay, so when I was making this area for the lighter areas, I made sure that I clicked on the very outside of the Dresden plate. You don't have to do inside and outside all the time. You just have to do where you want it. And that way, I made sure that my designs did not go over onto the plate, that they were exactly where I wanted them to be. And oh my goodness, they just stitched out so, so beautifully. In the border, I chose this eagle with the flags to go across the bottom border. It's a very strange one because it was made for to be like a summer sheet. I've never heard of that before, but then I just could place my designs, as you can see, anywhere along in here. And this was the design, and then I put stars on both sides of it. So, and as I was going along on making my border, as I would come along clicking on the outside of that Dresden plate, as I came across, I would put a little mark for the center. That really helped me when I was placing the designs so that I could get them exactly where they needed to be. And then on the outside border, I chose this design, and I really love it. This has the stars and the loops, and it was really easy because the star with the big loop, that's the pattern. And so I just put 3 together, and it worked out perfectly on my machine. If you had a machine that wasn't as big as mine, mine's a 30-inch, you could just do 2 as long as you could get them in. And they just came together so beautifully down the side. So I didn't have to turn the quilt to do the border. Well, I can't wait to throw this in the washing machine and dryer and see it without all the marks on it. I am so thrilled. I'm going to call it my Patriotic Antique Dresden Plate. So thanks for joining me. See you next time.